Hey there, Stephanie here from Healthy, Savvy, and Wise, and we're in this blog post that I've written to try to shed a little light on what all of these terms for your blog post title, meta titles, SEO titles, the names just abound. And for a beginner, it's so confusing. And I remember just wanting to tear my hair out when I was trying to learn the differences between all these terms I kept hearing. And the silly thing is, most of these terms just refer to two different things. So that's really strange. So here we are in my blog post, and my actual blog post title is right here. Okay, so it's what shows up on your website above the nice blog post you've written. So mine's called Blog Post Title versus SEO Title, Spectacular Tutorial for Beginners. So that is my blog post title, and it can also go by the name of header, headline, header tag, and some even refer to it as your H1 header or H1 tag. Okay, that's a lot of names. So we'll kind of get to a little bit of that specific stuff in just a minute as to why maybe some of those things apply to that particular. I just call it my blog post title. So also there is an SEO title or meta title that people refer to when they're talking about blog posts, or your page title or title tag. That all refers to the same exact thing. So I'll just let's just call it your SEO title or page title. I think why people refer to it as their page title or a page title is when you have a blog post open, yours or someone else's, up here in this tab at the top of your screen, you will see either what the name of the blog post is or what that person named it as their quote page title or SEO title. And I'll show you where to edit that in WordPress in a minute. But see, when I hover over the tab, that little window pops up and it says, what is a title tag and what is a headline? Help for beginning bloggers. Now, I went into the back of WordPress and edited my blog post title, not right here at the top of my post, but I edited it in the bottom, and I'll show you that because I wanted a little something different to show up in the Google search results if and when I get onto the Google search results page, hopefully the page 1, which is what we're all striving for, right? Using those great keywords. So let me just hop over and show you real quick in Google. I'm just going to type in what is a meta title, okay? Because I was already looking at that to try to help shed some light on some of this for you guys. So here are the results on this page for that query. And right here in these blue titles, these nice titles here, that is your SEO title, title tag, page title, however you want to refer to it. Sometimes it is different from your blog post title because someone writing these posts wanted it to show up a bit different in the Google search result pages. Maybe they wanted some different variations of their keywords. Maybe they wanted to put a price in here, like maybe they sell products, they have an Etsy store or something like that on their website, and they didn't necessarily want to mention a price in their blog post title, but they want it to show up maybe in the Google search result pages because possibly that's good for business and it might lead to a click. Maybe a customer who sees that their price is right here front and center, that is something that they are looking for. So there are a few different reasons people like to edit those blog post titles to make them a bit different for Google search, and that becomes then an SEO title, meta title, title tag, page title, however you want to refer it to it, as that is what is being referred to. So I'm going to go in the back of my WordPress. So all of this is going to be, WordPress, because most bloggers use WordPress. So, and I explain that in the blog post. So here I am in my dashboard. Here is, let's scroll up a little bit. Didn't mean to highlight that. Okay, so up here is your nice box for your blog post title. You guys no doubt have used this a million times, or if you're a beginner, you're at least getting familiar with it. This is where the title of your blog post goes. And when people refer to that term H1 or H1 tag, H1 is just a term for it's basically a piece of HTML computer code that surrounds text so it will display as the largest size on your page. It's definitely a title sized tag or font. And right here in WordPress, it does not tell you that this is an H1, but it is by default. I think almost every WordPress theme uses an H1 header here for your blog post titles. So there is never a need to go, and this was a question posted to me by a fellow blogger this week, and which is why I decided to write this post. She wondered if you should ever go ahead and then rewrite your title right here in this H1 header that WordPress offers you when you're writing your post. And that is really it's never necessary. And I don't think it's such a great idea. I think since this is already an H1 tag up here for your technical blog post title that you typed into the box, you don't need to then go and retype that in anywhere above your image, below your image, or even use that H1 for any other headers for your different, sections. That's confusing to the reader. It's kind of, I don't know, like shouting. I think it would make your blog post look like it's full of blog post titles, and you want that one biggest title to be front and center. You want your readers to know, hey, here's what this blog post is about. And, Google, I don't think gives you any further preference or whatever for using more H1 tags. So there's no reason to really do that. You want your reader experience to be front and center, the highlight of your blog post writing. They are most important. So if you want to use, different headers and stuff to break up text and to show your various sections, go ahead and use a heading 2 tag, which is nice and big and catches attention, helps people scroll. Or down here, I even used an H3, which is great too, to kind of, well, that one's still bold paragraph, but down here a little further, okay, to kind of let people know that I'm doing a list of bullet points for a whole different smaller subtopic. I used a heading 3. So those are all great things. No need to repeat any H1s. Okay, so we're going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom of my post, and I'm going to show you how to create an SEO tag known as your SEO title, a page title, meta title. Down here where you see this edit snippet, I had already clicked on it, so let's unclick. So this is what you're going to see at the bottom of your WordPress dashboard. It says snippet preview. You're going to want to click on edit snippet, and here it comes right here, this awesome box. It says SEO title. This is where you would go and type in what you want to show up on a Google search results page if you don't want it to be the same as your blog post title that you named it at the top of your blog post when you were starting. So I did want mine to be a little different for Google. So when I first clicked on the edit snippet and this came up, there were a few little bubbles in here offering me like a sequence of things to use: the blog post title, date, name of site. I didn't want any of that in there, so I just backspaced and took all of that out, so this box was blank for me. And I typed in here, what is a title tag and what is a headline? Help for beginning bloggers. I just felt like that was a little more specific and maybe a little more clickable. If the very first glimpse that people are getting to what this blog post is about, and they haven't landed on my blog yet, but they have seen what I have to offer on the Google search results pages, I just really wanted to offer them this title instead. So that's really the only reason you would go in and edit. If you want more information, different information, variations of your keywords, etc., come down here and edit this SEO title, and it will be what's showing up on the Google search results page. So I hope that helps a little bit to allay some of the confusion about all of those different terms for only those simple two titles for blog posts. I just think that's really funny and silly and very confusing for beginners that they have all these different aliases. So enjoy the blog post. I will be covering more about metadata, meta title, meta tags, all that great stuff down here at the bottom that goes along with that edit snippet stuff. These snippet things, you guys, are powerful. So I'll write a whole separate post on that and maybe do a little video about the importance of that for your SEO and why you want it to be really good. So I will see you soon, and yeah, see you later.